The series that we are in right now, I think, really is a perfect one for the start of a new year. It is a series called Being Big for God. It's about living life in a bigger, broader, grander way than we have before, and being sure that we are not holding ourselves back. In the first lesson in this series, I talked to you about how our New Thought teachings invite us to be big, invite us to grow. That oftentimes that invitation actually lies just beneath the surface of feelings of discontent or dissatisfaction. But when we probe a little deeper, what we find is that there is a nudge, an urging for us to step forward, to grow. So there's the invitation to grow. There's the instruction to grow. How do we do it? What's involved in being big for God? And we took a look at that last week. Today we're going to be looking at inspiration. And so what happens when we are inspired? I was thinking about this last night, that inspiration amplifies everything. Inspiration amplifies us in such a way that we are not only going to speak loud for love and speak out for love, but we're going to do it more boldly, more consistently, with more passion. Inspiration amplifies our courage. Inspiration makes us far more keenly alive. To be inspired and to be inspiring. To be inspired is to have the life energy within us quickened. But what I thought about that was quite ironic is the word inspire, we already know, means to breathe life into, right? Right? Okay, to breathe life into. But I thought about how many of those things that inspire me actually first take my breath away. And some of you are nodding. But you know what? As soon as it takes my breath away, that next breath in is like breathing in all of the oxygen around me. It's like, wow. Wow. To live life on fire in that way. Our spiritual teachings and practices, not the teaching alone, it's the practice of them. It's the practice of them. Helps us to live in that kind of energy field. And out of that kind of energy, we are creative, we are faith-filled, we are passionate, we are capable, we are living our destiny and our potential. To be inspired is to have that energy of life quickened in us more keenly and vibrantly. I also believe that to be inspired happens in two different ways. It can happen as a result of pain, or it can happen as a result of a compelling vision. I'm reminded of a phrase my friend Michael Beckwith says frequently, that pain pushes us until the vision pulls us. And I got to thinking about how pain and vision can be incredibly inspiring, both of them. And I want to lead with what I would call the more positive of the two, because I still like the inspiration that comes from vision. It's a little more comfortable to me than the inspiration that comes on the heel of pain. That's not as comfortable, but it can be just as effective. Tomorrow, we celebrate what actually has become for me over the years one of my favorite holidays. We celebrate a powerful man. We celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. And I think about the speech that he gave. He gave our country a compelling vision, did he not? When he spoke the words of his dream. He painted a vision that inspired a nation. A vision that we have not yet fulfilled in its entirety. As embarrassing and shameful, I think that is to say, as a white person, we have not fulfilled that yet. But there is no question that that vision that was so compelling reached right into the minds and hearts and conscience of so many people to make some fundamentally necessary and needed changes. But you know what? We cannot legislate fairness. We cannot legislate a heart that truly loves beyond race and creed. That doesn't come from a law that requires us to do that. That comes from a choice within.